So yesterday was a pretty quiet, pretty tempered day overall in the crypto market, but ADA finished green, BTC finished green. We have something very bullish printing out in the charts currently, indicating a potential huge bullish reversal just ahead of us here. And I think a lot of people missed the absolute bomb that the Fed dropped yesterday that we do need to have a discussion about, because now the markets may in fact have a lot more confidence for this next leg. Now, again, if you guys haven't already, make sure you show your support below. But what we're seeing for ADA right now is it really trying to push trend here. We're starting another green candle day, which is a very good sign heading into the weekend. We're right below that 20-day moving average, guys. This is, again, that we really need to watch this closely, because when ADA does in fact start breaking this with momentum, it is on, baby. That is when the markets can really start moving, right? BTC currently broken out above its 20-day. It's trying to decide, hey, am I going to have a day where I do a little bit of a retest and potentially come back down, or do I extend and start to break away from this big descending wedge that it's been playing out into since December, right? That's really the big question here. Now, what is really helping us in a big way is some of these major liquidations we're seeing across the crypto market. When we look at the last 24 hours, you can see that we have shifted in a big way. $143 million in shorts liquidated, $78 million in longs liquidated. Across 3 of the 4 major time frames here, you guys can see that shorts are getting wrecked left and right. And that's not surprising, because again, the bears had gotten really confident in the market. They were trying to push the charts down. And frankly, it's not working in their favor right now, which is a great sign. But I think what should give us even more confidence moving forward is what the Fed actually said yesterday. They've been playing things very close to the vest. They've been saying that, they're still expecting more inflation. They're being pretty quiet about things. But what they said yesterday is they said they're absolutely prepared to intervene to help calm nervous financial markets. So the Fed would absolutely be prepared to deploy its various tools to help stabilize the financial markets if the need arose. This is a very big deal. And this could mean one of several things. This could mean pausing quantitative tightening. This could be shifting towards quantitative easing. This could be interest rate decreases. What they have said is that they are expecting this inflation to continue to rise, or expecting it to surge and go higher. In fact, one thing they reference is the year ahead inflation, which did in fact climb to the highest level since 1981. And guys, I don't necessarily count this as a good reference point, because they're saying this surged to 6.7%, which would be the highest inflation point since then. But what that would mean then as well is that we're crushing the expectations that are crushing the inflation that was taking place in 2021 and 2022, which just absolutely ran out of control because of money printing. And we're not at that point right now. In fact, what we've still been seeing here is very, very low inflation right now. Again, 1.4%. That's pretty quiet overall. And it's because people aren't really doing a crazy amount of spending currently. That's great, guys. That's exactly what we need to see. Now, on this news from the Fed yesterday, what we did in fact see was a huge surge in the likelihood of a May interest rate decrease. Now, it's still only 39.8%, but this is a 20% jump from the day prior. So that's a pretty big deal, and definitely something worth noting. And I think what's happening here again is you're just starting to see a little bit more confidence. And I'll get back to these charts in just a moment here, but USDT dominance back down on that 20-day moving average. Again, this is where we could in fact see a breach, a change in confidence. We could again start to see sentiment shift just a little bit. We're still in this fearish range, but all that's playing out perfectly. And now we need to talk about the charts, because what we're seeing that is very exciting for ADA is actually some bullish divergence. You guys can see bottoms on the drop on the charts, and you guys can see bottoms on the rise on the RSI. So there's bullish divergence playing out on ADA. We look at BTC, there's huge bullish divergence playing out as here. Bottoms dropping, bottoms rising. All right. So we might be in the midst of a major reversal in the crypto market. There are a lot of signs that are pointing to this. I'm not ready to say, oh, this is the moment we're going to boom. And, I tend to be pretty loud about those when I think we are going to make those moves, but we're starting to see things shift just a little ways. We're starting to see confidence just begin to enter the crypto market. And the thing is that can run away like a freight train when it does start making those moves. I have a feeling that if BTC can cause even more liquidations to the upside, can target the mid 90K range, I think you're going to see a lot of confidence return to alts. That's when we could see ADA again make that push towards 70 cents like we were talking about yesterday. I mean, guys, this isn't this isn't a very big move. Frankly, ADA can do this in the course of a day. We know that when ADA doesn't, if I could draw here, we know that when ADA does in fact decorrelate, it can start making some pretty significant moves by itself. That's a 16% move to actually move to the mid 70-cent range. ADA has done that in a day many times before. So I wouldn't be surprised if we start to see some more larger green candle days. Understand that we still need to see volume along with this. The last 24 hours has only been about $80 billion in daily trading volume. So we'll see what the weekend brings. But I appreciate you guys as always. I hope you enjoyed the video. Let me know your thoughts below, but have a great day. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take care.